We'll start with your good old Arsenal Football Club taking on Liverpool at Anfield. And Ferris, there was a 0-0 draw this week. Somehow this might be the most boring match of the week, though. Nothing to it.
Yeah. It was, well, not fully nothing. Not fully.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's up, Adelia? How are you? But yeah, it was kind of like a cagey defensive battle.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the problem is, there was a point, like a weak point in the Liverpool team that I think Arsenal didn't take advantage of because someone decided not to show up. I heard buses were parked. No, we didn't park the bus. That's all I have to say, because if you looked at the stats, in the first, I think, 30 minutes, we had 7 touches. In our opponent's half, they had 0. They had a good opportunity, but Cody Gakpo was offsides, so it was nullified. We had a good shot with Noni Madueke, but really the point, opponent's box. My bad. Opponent's half. Opponent's box. My apologies. But yeah, I don't think it's the onus on the away team at Anfield to give Liverpool space. I think it's the onus on them, right? And you already saw after the game, the narratives already came. They were waiting. They were waiting for him to lose, because he's had the longest. He's actually the longest unbeaten run amongst the Big Six, against the Big Six. They were waiting. They were waiting for it. And they pounced. It was in the first half, not the first 30 minutes. Well, okay. I saw like 30 minutes, but it is what it is. But they were waiting to pounce, Rob. They were waiting to pounce. The Sky Sports people, they were ready. They're like, he doesn't go for it. He doesn't go out and get the game. Fun fact about Pep Guardiola, Rob. Pep Guardiola, the guy to win 4 of the last 5 Premier Leagues, correct? Right? The guy to win the last 4 of the 5 Premier Leagues. He has only won once at Anfield.
It's a tough place to win.
Yeah, me personally, I don't understand why. Because you're a professional. Every stadium should be the same. I don't understand why you get scared playing there. Is it because you're scared that the Liverpoolians that are drunk are going to throw stuff at you? I don't understand why people don't win there. I generally don't. I don't believe there's some mystical force.
There's ghosts. There's ghosts.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know why people have a hard time playing there. I don't understand it. There was one year where they overwatered our side on purpose because, they knew we were going to whoop their ass, so they cheated. That was actually 2 years ago, funny enough. But our best defender left the game after 2 minutes because he hurt his ankle in pregame, tried to play, did one challenge where he went aerial, came down and said, no, I'm out. Take me out. Then they slot in a new signing, basically his first start, Rob. Basically his first start. His first start is at Anfield. He's 21. He just came into the league. He played 10 minutes against Leeds, but the game was already 4-1, so that didn't matter. So Christian Mosquera comes in, and his job is to, your job is to nullify Ugo Ekitike, who apparently people are calling baby Thierry Henry. I don't know why, because I don't see it, but sure. All right.
Thierry Henry spent most of his time coming up on the bench.
Yeah,
That's where he's going to be.
Yeah. Thierry Henry literally was like, I want to get out of here because Juventus thinks I'm not that good. I'm going to prove to them I am that good. And he was that good. So I don't understand this baby Henry thing. But yeah, my biggest issue with the game is great free kick by Dominic Szoboszlai. If you've watched him with the Hungarian national team, he's dangerous from that area. Had a great free kick against Turkey. He talked about it in the post game. I remember watching that game afterwards because he actually helped Hungary qualify for the Euros, and I think they're also going to qualify for the World Cup because Dominic Szoboszlai is that guy. He's a phenomenal player, but he was playing right back.
Yeah, he took over for Frimpong. Frimpong wasn't very
He's
good.
injured. He's injured.
He wasn't very good at pressing up against believers and stuff like that. I think Slot was thinking he was getting a different player with Frimpong, so they move Sabasalai back to his spot in sort of the same kind of. You're going to use him the same way they use Trent Alexander-Arnold,
Mm-hmm.
where he's going to push him forward, so the other guys can come into the box. You can have Salah move closer into the box. You can have that line going across in 5 and stuff like that. You guys were stopping all that. That was fine. The problem was going after the net. Like, and the big thing that, of course, everyone's going to whine about Arsenal and set pieces and stuff like that. It's like, well, don't give them set pieces. They're good at it.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think
well,
the, and
or
I,
they were good at it.
yeah,
They
and I
had
think the
made a
problem
chance
is
this game.
the problem with the set pieces is that they made Declan Rice kick from both sides. Usually when one side it's Bukayo, other side is Declan. And I think that was a problem when he would whip it in and it just didn't look good. And yeah, it was a moment of brilliance by Dominic Szoboszlai. My biggest issue is you can clearly see why they've been trying to replace Gabriel Martinelli. You can clearly see because a proper winger sees a midfielder playing fullback and he attacks him and he wins. But literally on the commentary, Lee Dixon, shout out to Lee Dixon, I like Lee. He says, this is the matchup you need to watch. But the way Dominic Szoboszlai can win this matchup, if he matches his pace, and that's it. Gabriel Martinelli has to do something else. If he matches his pace, he's no fun. And guess what Dominic Szoboszlai did? He matched his pace. Adelia, we took 5 outswinging corners in this game, which is one more than we took all last season. Exactly.
Yeah, she was begging for in-swinging corners. They finally came late or whatever. They had one of the hands off of it. But
I don't understand that. But yeah, like literally, Lee Dixon told you, Lee Dixon, former Arsenal fullback, said, this is how you defeat this kid. And Dominic Szoboszlai said, you're just going to run straight? That's all you're going to do? Okay.
You guys were stuck.
No,
Saka not being out. You had
Vitor Gyökeres had some good runs. All Martinelli had to do was feed him on the run. But he didn't want to. He just wanted to run. He wanted to prove that he can start. But guess what? You didn't prove it. You proved that you were kind of selfish.
This is the problem you got with Madueke as well. That's why you guys need to have Saka in there. Madueke is the same player. He is going to press you. He is going to dribble. Mm-hmm. He's going to go to the box. He's going to take on a man to get there. He's going to try and shoot. He's going to try and shoot from anywhere. He's going to try and shoot and not look for any teammates that could be open.
Madueke did the same thing. He did the same thing I saw there was one play. But for Madueke, there was also some crosses he threw in. Mm-hmm. He mixed it. He didn't go full selfish, but there was one moment where he was selfish. But he's showing the Victor. I'm not gonna people are going on Victor Gyökeres's. They're like he made the runs. He just wasn't fed. He's a proper out and out 9. You have to give him the ball. That's what happened last year with Erling Haaland when Kevin De Bruyne got injured and couldn't play anymore. Erling Haaland couldn't score. He's a proper out and out 9.
Yeah.
And just like we have a proper out and out 9. He makes the runs, give him the ball.
Gyökeres is going up against Virgil van Dijk in this one too, who's pretty good.
Yeah.
And this is his 3rd match in and stuff like that. It takes time. It takes time to catch up to the Premier League in speed, especially coming from, Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not the same.
Yeah, and in retrospect, Ugo Ekitike, who's had a better start to the season than Victor Gyökeres, who I think they both have 2 goals. I believe they both have 2 goals. Mm-hmm. He did nothing. Nope. Ugo did nothing. Going against Christian Mosquera and Gabriel. Mosquera.
This match only had one moment of brilliance.
Yeah.
That was it. There was one moment. That shot was very good.
Exactly. Both managers said in their press conferences post-game, they said this, Arne Slot said, if you play this match 10 times, it'll be a draw 8 times, 1 victory for us, 1 victory for them. Yep. That's how close this match was. Yeah. And then Mikel Arteta said, in these games are won by a moment of brilliance or an individual error. There was no individual errors. It was just a moment of brilliance. And that's what happened. It was a nice game. But you know how these people are, Rob. They were waiting and they're pushing their agendas and how Mikel Arteta doesn't want to win these games. They keep going back to the Etihad, right? Where they played to a draw. But we didn't lose that season because we got a draw at the Etihad. We lost that season because we lost to Aston Villa 2-0 at home. That's why we lost, not the draw. But they want to focus on the draw because they want to say it. They basically want to call Mikel Arteta a coward. He's a coward. He doesn't want to win the games. But when they come to our house for the past couple years, we batter them. We beat Liverpool 3-1. We beat Manchester United 4-1, 1-0. We win at our house.
The United one isn't as much of a flex, but yes.
Yeah, let her out. I remember we beat Chelsea 5-0.
Yeah, I remember us beating Chelsea or Arsenal 5-0 in somebody's thousands game in charge. That's all ancient history now.
Just because you're 75 years old doesn't mean you can play that old nonsense. We're talking about the last 5 years, Robert.
How dare you? You mean with things like color?
Go buy a random 16-year-old from South America.
Eze comes in the 70th minute.
Too late.
Yeah, why didn't he just come in? I don't know why he needed.
I thought he was going to give
extra time and put Martinelli in, for goodness' sake.
I thought he was going to give Marino and Martinelli 10 more minutes, and then he was going to take them off at the 60th minute.
Yeah,
he should have done that because Eze right away proved to you this is why you don't put a center fielder playing fullback. And I am mad at him a little bit because he had a chance to tie the game up. He beat Szoboszlai. He's on the line, and he goes down a little easy. He gets touched, and he just falls. I hate when players do that. Go strong, and either you break the contact, or they have to put more contact to hit you, and you will get a penalty. But if you flail and fall, you're not going to get it. Eze had a shot, bottom corner, far post. He could have Thierry Henry'd it. He had a little space, or he could have dumped it off because there was people coming into the box. He could have dumped it off to Gyökeres, but he just fell. And I'm like, what are you doing? He just fell. I'm like, I don't like that.
He was given 20 minutes to make a mark in a big match. He took it upon himself. I don't think he makes that same play coming up for you guys. That's for sure.
I think he starts next week.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. There's no way they're starting Martinelli.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah. If I don't know when is Saka back?
They said 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, next week he has the week off. There's no play next week.
Yeah. So the entire international break. This week he was off. International break next week, and the following week I don't know who we play.
Yeah. Hey. I would keep. I'd probably keep Madueke then on. The right wing and have Eze come in the left and have Martinelli spell out again. But that'll be we'll see what happens.
I think the loss of Martin Odegaard they were just midfield fighting the entire game. Yeah. You wanted to control the midfield. They had Marino, Declan, and Zubimendi, basically two defensive midfielders and a center mid. Not an attacking center mid, but just like a regular center mid. And it was just like they weren't going to create. They were just going to win a lot of duels. They were going to get the ball back. Creation, but I believe we are, is proofs that we need, a secondary option because we're too reliant on Bukayo Saka. Mm-hmm. When he's out the game, we're like, what are we doing?
And you guys have a 15-year-old to come in as the backup to the backup.
That I didn't understand. You chose him.
He's played okay.
He played one game for 5 minutes, Rob. He's not okay. He's in one Yeri. Why don't you do Ethan?
Yeah.
But he chose Max. I was very confused.
I would say, yeah, but he's coming in on that 5-minute spot. It's going to be all speed for him. They just want him to press. Use his youth, use his speed and stuff like that on older guys. That's his job, is to go in for these 5-10 minutes. So, yeah, he was fine for it. For what he had, I wouldn't start him.
No, absolutely never. No. Probably a cup game, but no, not a Premier League game.
Don't be ridiculous. Now.
Well, we did start a 16-year-old in a cup game, and we won, so maybe.
Yeah. Well,
he was a goalie. So
let's talk about just the final day hours of the window here. You guys get one more signing through. You get Hincapié from Leverkusen, 45 million, and with
Loan,
with
actually.
with an option, $45
Yeah,
million
not an
option.
Yeah, they wanted obligation.
Yeah, no.
Andre Barata said no.
For backline help, like you
Yeah.
get
They wanted an obligation, and but our sport director was like, no,
yeah.
we do an option.
Everybody who does these things want an obligation.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll
it's not happening.
We'll talk about. Yeah. So that's it for you guys. You guys, you guys did what everyone said you needed to do. You went and got it all. You got your striker.
Mm-hmm.
You got depth where you needed to have depth.
Mm-hmm.
Spent a lot of money, but made like zero sales. Very, very, very little in sales. He 10 million.
I think 2 loan moves. We loaned Reese Nelson.
Yeah.
We loaned Alexander Zinchenko. Albert Sembi. We sold him to Hamburg. Fabio Vieira is on the loan to Hamburg.
Mm-hmm. You went to Reese Nelson's gone.
Reese Nelson is gone, but Reese Nelson's gone to like another team. He's not gone to Fulham.
Yeah.
So Reese is gone. Zinchenko's gone. Vieira's gone. Albert's gone. I think that's it.
Yeah. But your net spend still over 250 million.
Kivior to Porto is gone. Yeah, he's gone too. But they're all loans. All of them are loans, except Sembi. Sembi was a permanent move. I think Kivior's was a loan too. We thought we were going to sell him, but they want a loan.
Yeah,
with an obligation though.
Everybody wants a loan. Mm-hmm. All the smaller clubs want loans. Mm-hmm. They don't want to take.
They want to test. They want to test out the product, and then they'll.
Sure. They have the spots. Like you're giving all the spots, might as well use them. Chelsea use a loan spot in their final day.
Well, Chelsea needs to stop buying attackers. That's what they need to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. See, that's why every time I look at every time I look at the deal, you're confused. Where I'm like, how is it that our second highest ever sell, Rob? You know who it is?
No, I know that your top is Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Yeah, I believe Oxlade-Chamberlain was like 38 million. I think almost 40. You know who number 2 is, Rob? To this day, you know who number 2 is?
Abba.
It was Nicholas Anelka.
Ooh, all right.
We sold Nicholas Anelka in 1999.
Sure.
And he's still the second highest sell in Arsenal history. I truly believe this transfer market shenanigans are always afoot. Because you can't tell me that Eddie Nketiah, who's played in the Premier League multiple games, who has multiple games where he scored multiple goals, couldn't get 30 million. Couldn't get 30 million. But Omari Hutchinson can get 48, 50 million. You're not going to tell me something ain't shady here.
Yeah.
You're not going to tell me all the midfielders that Arsene Wenger had for many years, who were phenomenal midfielders that he had to sell, couldn't yield more results, more money. You can't tell me.
Well, that's also back in the day. It's not like when Chelsea.
Well, also two of those midfielders, they
like 10 million or something like that.
Well, I mean,
that's big money back then.
It was. But Eddie and Nketiah not getting 30. People had to argue like 30. What 30? I'm like, y'all literally do what?
Problem.
Like Dewsbury Hall. How much you sell Dewsbury Hall for?
I think it was 38, 34, 35. He was
Dewsbury Hall.
He looked pretty good this weekend.
Well, he did. But at Chelsea, 38 million for real.
Yeah, well, we had to go win that important conference league. Yeah, probably the most important trophy.
I lost my mind when we said. I lost my mind when they said we're bidding 44 million for Noni Madueke. I was like, what? Yeah, then I saw what someone bid for Omari Hutchinson. I was like, okay, then I think we have a good deal. Because 44 for him, but 50 for Omari. I'm like, at least Noni started in the league.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
Omari, I don't know what the hell he did. Crying at Ipswich Town because he got relegated.
He was at Chelsea for a cup of coffee and then off to Ipswich. Yeah. He looked okay in those first few matches at Ipswich and stuff like that, but then.
But greatness is about consistency, not about 3 weeks you're good.
Well, no one's ever going to say Omari Hutchinson's great, and the people that are buying him at prices like this aren't that great.
I don't know. I think
they recognize the name or something like that. I think that's what it comes down to. Maybe it's all down to scouting, Maybe these
I
guys are
guess.
just like they hear people talking about it from other leagues. It's like, oh, this guy has to be good. I have to go get this guy.
I
I don't
guess.
know if he's gonna fit into my system or not.
I guess.